One is that a new, clean, and publicly verified register of voters must be created and published before the fresh elections are held. Two, we demand that the IEBC must conduct an independent public audit of its election technologies, monitored by all key stakeholders and their technical experts, including the civil society. Further, IEBC must publicly declare the properties of the data that will be transmitted from polling stations, the details of any complementary systems, and commit to demonstrating the integrity of their systems over the entirety of the election exercise. During the annulled election, IEBC officials asserted that their systems were secure, but the Supreme Court found they had not been tested and they had not tested their systems properly. Number three, the IEBC must develop a complementary mechanism that will be used if the results transmission system fails. This mechanism must be the result of consultation with and consensus of all parties and stakeholders. Number four, that the IEBC must develop a complementary mechanism that will be used in electronic voter identification if the electronic voter identification fails or malfunctions. The copy register, which was meant to be the complementary mechanism in August, was inconsistently used. The new mechanism must therefore be designed in a way that allows those who were transferred without their permission and those who registered but who are not in the register to be able to cast their votes. Number five, the IEBC must clearly publish the list of security features that will be on every ballot and results form in the upcoming election. And the IEBC must publicly share a template of ballots and results forms before the printer begins working on those statutory documents. Number six, the IEBC must publish the total number of ballots that will be allocated to every polling station. Number seven, the IEBC must publish a list of the Kenya Integrated Election Management System kits to be used, along with their serial numbers, the serial numbers of those kits, and the GPS coordinates of the stations where the kits will be located. The IEBC must display in real time the scanned and transmitted photos of Forms 34A to the public portal. When those forms are sent to the IEBC tallying centers, they must also be sent to the portal. The IEBC must post Forms 34B to the public portal as soon as constituency level results are announced. Number nine, the IEBC must create and publicly explain its plan to ensure that forms from areas with no network coverage are transmitted in a secure and timely way. Number 10, we demand that the IEBC must open its servers to public scrutiny if there are questions about the legitimacy of the transmission system. Number 11, final results must include polling station level tallies of valid votes for each candidate, rejected votes, objected votes, disputed votes, spoiled votes, and stray ballots. Number 12, investigations must commence into electoral illegalities committed in the last election, and prosecutions be instituted for those found culpable for electoral offenses. Officers suspected of electoral offenses should be excluded from electoral processes until they are cleared. Kura yangu sauti yangu has a more detailed list of standards aimed at strengthening the different stages and aspects of the electoral processes against which it will be assessing the quality of future elections. Resolving the technical issues that have been outlined above will require consultations and negotiation in good faith. The timelines are extremely tight, and time must not be lost in unhelpful disagreements. Unfortunately, other than squandering the little precious time that is left, the political difficulties that have been experienced since the Supreme Court judgment have the effect of hardening positions and undermining the good faith necessary for achieving responsible preparations for the fresh election. It is difficult not to conclude, therefore, that the political difficulties are contrived and that the intention is to defeat a responsible approach towards elections. Sadly, if we cannot create conditions for credible elections to take place, we make it difficult to avoid a violent transition, which is what Kenya is staring at. That is the end of the statement.
Thank you, Suba. I'd like to open the floor to questions at this point. Please identify yourself and the media house that you represent. We will take 3 questions and then we come back for responses. Please.
What do you think should be the way forward, bearing in mind that it's just 26 days to the fresh presidential election, and yet the stocks collapsed yesterday? Maybe what's the way forward into Triangle Sautiana?
Thank you, Daniel. Yes, please.